on this episode.
You know, the drivers get to spray their champagne, and that's great. But everything around that driver, all the components, the car itself, it belongs to these mechanics.
But there's definitely a high level of trust there. You know, putting all of your hard work and blood, sweat, and tears into somebody else's hands and saying, here you go, have fun, good luck.
Protector inside.
That's good! No, you gotta pull it. For us, it's almost like controlled chaos.
We need to get this car out on the grid, if not we get 0 points.
We definitely have an X on our back, and I think it'll be an aggressive weekend.
We're just rolling the dice. This is what you have to do sometimes.
Whatever it takes, the car will go back out.
Putting these cars on top of the podium, it means a lot to them.
This is Launch Control. Race drivers inspire their fans. And here at the Canadian round of the ARX Championship, the cars and their drivers roll down the fan-packed main street of Trois-Rivieres, Quebec for round 4. The public face of any team is its drivers. For Subaru, it's been a season of domination.
And your winner, Scott Speed!
3 victories.
Gateway, Chris Atkinson.
By 3 different drivers.
Patrick Sandell.
In 3 events.
It's pretty cool. It's a lot of people. That's awesome.
Awesome to see the crowd here in Trois-Rivieres. As always, the Canadians put on a great show, so it's awesome to be here.
But they rely on the very people they represent. The designers, the builders, the heart and soul of these matching blue Subarus. And this weekend, the unsung heroes will shine.
We have an amazing group of people here trying to achieve a goal, and it's the combination of everybody that helped get us here today.
It's a lifestyle. I mean, to be a technician on these race teams, you eat and live and breathe racing and race cars.
Now, you work the crazy long hours and you always hope to win, and when you actually get to pull the win off, nothing beats that feeling.
I pride myself on just doing my job 100%.
You have to love what you do or you're not going to last in this sport at all.
It's difficult but rewarding. It's a whole body experience, I guess.
You know, you're really kind of married to your car. You have a #1 mechanic and you have your corner guys.
Every race weekend starts with practice.
You know, the drivers get their chance to go out and have their first practice, and then all hell breaks loose from there.
It's the critical moment when drivers learn the track and engineers develop a setup.
But there's definitely a high level of trust there. You know, putting all of your hard work and blood, sweat, and tears into somebody else's hands and saying, here you go, have fun, good luck. Bring it back in as close to one piece as you can.
It's like sending your kid to the playground when you're at the race. This is their baby. They know those cars inside and out. They build them from a bare metal shell.
This weekend, it's a joint event with World RX and America's Rallycross cars running the same track and practicing at the same time.
That was his first lap.
Yeah,
which is usually
the first lap out.
The tension's really high. I mean, we want to see how our cars stack up against the world cars time-wise, not just in ARX.
Many of the American cars are doing well against the world cars.
Final lap, try to push now.
But Subaru takes the top spot. Patrick Sandell ends practice with the fastest time of any car.
Sandell just went quickest.
Your P1, 47.9, P1.
We just had the quickest car in the world, so it's validation for everybody. We're unbelievably proud. I can't even tell you. It's like winning a race.
But I want to take a moment to tell you guys, you have the fastest rallycross cars in the world right now.
It doesn't earn you championship points. It doesn't earn you a better grid position. but it is proof of performance. And on a track that haunted the team a year ago, they get down to the business of racing.
Subaru is definitely the team to beat. We definitely have an X on our back, and I think it'll be an aggressive weekend.
Q1, Heat 1. Atkinson and Speed share the line. Down the longest front straight of the season, the Subarus rip through the gears. Speed takes the first corner. Atco second.
Come on, Chris. Go, go, go. Last year, we were fighting that corner like crazy.
Coming around, this is your last lap, this time by. Draft him right to the end.
Subaru cleans house.
Got a little dirt in the intercooler.
Yes, it does have that.
Yeah.
Heat 2. Sandell sits on the outside with no friendly faces. He's equal with Faust down the straight and carries extra speed into the first corner. Sandell leads the way and becomes the benchmark.
In your bumper, protect your inside.
Nice and clean, nice and clean. Come on, buddy. Come on.
2 back, 3 back.
Sandell crosses the line with the fastest time in Q1, with the Subaru sitting first, third, and fifth.
What the work, Patrick, said P1 overall, all cars, including World already. That's how we do it. Subaru, right?
I blinked. It looked almost like there was lightning up there. That would put this day to an end real quick.
3 Subarus return to the paddock following a strong first qualifying. It's business as usual. That is, until word comes down of a major problem with Sandell's engine. A damaged spark plug has ruined the high-strung race motor. It won't survive another heat race. With thunderstorms approaching and a possible rain delay, the team now must decide if they attempt an engine swap and risk not being ready, or sit tight and take the guaranteed points for just starting the next heat.
They just want to do it, so they're going.
No one on this team is happy to settle, and now it's a race against the clock. Every spare hand is put into action.
You already dumped the pressure, Paul?
If we can change the engine in time, we can put Patrick back out there. He's been fast all weekend. If we can get all the timing to work out, we'll be in a really good spot. But if we can't get the engine done, we'll be in a really tough spot.
If they don't start the next qualifying session, Sandell will collect 0 points. A heat win is worth 50. It's a big risk.
We're just rolling the dice. This is what you have to do sometimes.
Nope, we can do this first.
For us, it's almost like controlled chaos.
We'll get the oil line to drain it so we can pump the oil out of it. We do what we got to do to make it go on.
There's really no way to prepare it. You just react and fix whatever needs to be fixed.
The rain has arrived, hopefully extending their window to finish the job.
Which one?
Every time there's lightning, we got this 15-minute window. And we've actually waited probably 15, 20 minutes to decide, can we change the engine in time? When will the rain stop?
It's in. It ain't going anywhere.
Boys are doing everything they can, to give me more, but we need to get this car out on the grid. If not, we get 0 points, and then it was for nothing. So, we have the best team in the world, Subaru and Vermont sports cars, so I know they're going to do it.
It's always 110% from everybody on the team. Whatever it takes, the car will go back out. And if the car doesn't ever make it back out, it was not from lack of trying. It's just physically wasn't possible to do it in the time we had.
Go down, Paul, a little bit.
The entire team is on edge. Meanwhile, all 3 cars get a wet setup change and new tires. No car is being ignored. The rain has stopped. It's now just a matter of minutes before officials restart the race, and the engine is yet to be cranked.
Thank you.
With time ticking down, the paddock is filled with a familiar rumble. Engine swap complete in just 50 minutes.
Just under 1 minute to all clear, just under 1.
What your role is to get the car sent out there. In a lot of ways, it's a relief when it goes out because your job's done for the moment and it's somebody else's turn to take the reins and produce their results.
you want me a water real quick, please?
I should never say do whatever you think again.
Here you go, Paul.
Thank you. Buddy.
Again, right? It was under 50, Cyrus just said. It doesn't even make any sense.
No, I'm so proud of you guys.
With convenient thunder showers out of the way, the attention turns to the second qualifying session of the day. For Atkinson, the goal is to rebound from a disappointing Q1. The start is critical, and prospects of making up places on this track are difficult.
1.5 seconds. He's about 2 car lengths behind you.
At least you got the pressure washer set up.
Coming around your last lap. Bingham's on your bumper.
In the wet conditions, he settles for second. Attention turns to the second Q2 race. It's now time for Sandell to return the favor to his mechanics. He sits on pole with speed beside him. 3 cars blaze down the front straight. Sandell's Subaru chokes.
What happened to Patrick?
Caught out all the time. Just got out of power.
A simple Wiggins clamp, not fully engaged, opens and releases the boost pressure.
Something is wrong. Should I keep driving or just pull to the side?
The team doesn't know what's wrong yet, so Sandell opts to pull off. Scott, on the other hand, leads the way. But when his helmet radio connector unclips, he doesn't hear his spotter's warning of an attack. He crosses the line in second. For the first time this season, it seems Subaru is faltering. At the end of the day, the team is disappointed. In the hunt for a title, every point counts. It's simple math. You just need one more point than the next guy. In Rallycross, championship points are awarded throughout a race weekend. It can be complicated, but once understood, it shows why every race matters so much. There are 4 qualifying races in a given weekend. Winning one earns 50 points. Second gets 45 points, and so on. These are not championship points, but after 4 qualifiers are complete, the points are tallied and a leaderboard compiled. This is where the championship points come in. 16 points are awarded for finishing first. The points leader also gets the best grid position for the semi-final race. Here, there are 6 points awarded for a win, and that win also earns you a front row for the final, where there are another 8 points up for grabs. A perfect weekend can land you a total of 30 championship points. Heading into the weekend, Scott held a 12-point lead over his ex-teammate Tanner Faust. That points lead is at risk heading into day 2. Come morning, the team refocuses on taking control of the race. The remaining 2 qualifying sessions will either shoot them to front row of the semifinals or force them to fight from behind.
We're just playing a bit defensive, trying to keep the points lead we have, not take any risks, and hopefully we can continue a nice drama-free day today.
Really, the 2 things that cost us was a bad start in the first one and a bad start in the second one. So we need to get the start and then need to rack up some more points.
The launches will be key because it's not that easy to pass. So hopefully I can have a good launch now in Q3, and then after that, again, just hit my marks and score good points.
And Sandell crush the launch, with Sandell taking the lead. Now, with a fresh engine, he returns to his world-leading pace.
Tactical follows, 1 car. Now he's behind, he's on your bumper, protect your inside down here.
Atkinson holds down second in the heat, but still feels there is something not quite right with his car.
Okay, come on now, push it to the finish.
For speed, the situation is different. He's playing from the front. He can concede a point here or there. Minimizing clashes keeps his times at the top and the car in good condition for challenges to come. 3 Subarus finish in the top 4 in Q3. They all line up together in the last qualifying heat. The 3 Subarus play nice and set up for fast, clean laps.
Atco is behind you, Atco is behind you. Come on, push now.
Center P2 behind you, everyone has jokers except you.
You're ahead, you're clear, you're clear.
A successful morning places them 1st, 4th, and 5th heading into the semifinal races. With a moment to breathe before the main events, every consideration is made to ensure a strong final push.
The band's still there. Doesn't look like it's torn.
Must have, I'd imagine. Clip something or a rock.
That you have a step up to a tarmac edge that could be bad for punches. So it's in the...
No, we start on the good side.
Yeah, because it's...
With Atkinson off the pace comparatively, the focus has been narrowed down to damaged suspension.
Just not hooked up, like just not going exactly where I want.
Floating a little bit.
Yeah.
We can tell the boys to do it, we can do
I
it.
was going to let it cool down a little bit, but...
Yeah, rip these and watch
2 hours.
bolts in the front.
As the weekend progresses, the pressure builds. Plan and prepare all you want. The final 2 races never go as planned.
Yeah, I looked at the board real quick, but I only saw Faust. Faust is next. Oh, yeah, it could be big, man. What's that? Said 4 minutes.
Man, this is Rallycross. This is how it is. Sometimes you go out with wins. Sometimes you have to collect as many points as you can. The start is a big gamble, right? You never quite know what the other guys are going to do. If you mess up a start, then it costs you a lot because the straightaway is so long. So we'll focus on getting a good launch, and hopefully we can hold that into the first corner.
Faust, me, Harper.
Yeah, I have a good feeling. As long as we can have a good start and be first out of the first corner, it should be okay. But it's the semis, you know, and everybody step it up, so I need to step it up too.
The first semifinal heat has Sandell on the front row, with Atkinson just behind. Down the long front straight, the Subarus hold strong. Sandell leads. Atkinson slots into 3rd.
Very close for this. I think he's going to be out for 2nd behind.
Sandell is under siege by the VW. The battle slows Sandell's Subaru, but helps Atkinson.
There's that tail light.
Joker lap's done. Atkinson merges into 2nd in front of his teammate.
It was really quick yesterday. I was more worried about him than Bigham.
Yeah.
Speed lines up outside of his biggest rival. He needs to take the win to regain the points he lost to Faust during the qualifying heats. Speed leads and cuts inside. He puts down clean lap after clean lap, while Faust and Arpin battle, pushing Faust down to 3rd. But the race isn't over. Suddenly, Speed's competition gearbox falters with 2 turns remaining. He can't hold off the field and goes from a 4-second lead to 3rd.
What happened? I don't know. Gearbox, bro.
With a 15-minute window before the final, the championship leader could be out of the event. The team scrambles in the pits. All 3 cars get a check over.
Yeah. Gearbox. You got a gearbox out here?
Yeah, Jake's getting it ready.
But Speed's car is getting a gearbox change.
Somebody can do the wheels while you guys start the box. That's good.
Rallycross gearboxes are typically indestructible. That also means they are difficult to change.
What do you need?
Scott can only watch and hope he'll have a healthy car under him when the lights go green.
Can you wiggle it a little bit? Look at your blade on it.
The thrash is intense. but successful.
Start it. Go over to fuel.
Start it, and then do a little bang in the gear.
The race marshals call the cars to the line, and a fresh gearbox is in the number 41 Subaru with seconds to spare. A second impressive thrash in as many days for the Subaru team, allowing all 3 Subarus to take to the start line for the finals.
When the final comes, you've done everything for the weekend you can, and once that car passes the mechanics sign for the final, that's it.
You know, the drivers get to spray their champagne, and that's great, and they're out there and they're making that happen. But everything around that driver, all the components, the car itself, it belongs to these mechanics. They're the ones building it in the shop. So, you know, when it's their flesh and blood that's out there putting these cars on top of the podium, it means a lot to them.
On a weekend when everything turned upside down, it's an achievement just to get all 3 cars on the start. But the drivers have their work cut out for them. Seven cars blaze through the gears. The front row cars clash and a door opens. Scott sneaks in on an inside line to slot into third from last, followed by Atkinson and Sandell in fourth and fifth. The dust is blinding behind the top cars, and Arpin slams into Atkinson. Sandell has been the fastest Subaru all weekend, and his sights are set on climbing the ladder. Before he gets the chance, a bump sends him into the wall. Two Subarus down.
That's gonna red flag it. Keep moving it. Get it started.
Get it started,
Get it started. Go.
The team coaxes Sandell to start the car to avoid a red flag. But Sandell's weekend is over. At the front, Speed is pushing to extend the gap. Both front runners have jokered and are now behind him. But he is yet to take the longer joker lap.
Come on! Come on!
Last lap, Speed enters the joker. As he emerges, 2 dust clouds cross his windshield. He's back to third. And that's where he'll finish.
Well earned. Almost, yeah.
Let's have at some point. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Salvation on a rough weekend.
When the gearbox broke in the semi, if you'd have told us we would have settled for third, I would say absolutely, because it wasn't looking too shiny at that point.
Another champagne spray. Another podium.
He goes from the back of the grid to a podium, and that just goes to show, no matter what, never give up. I mean, you've got to keep pushing right to the end and see where things, you know, end up.
The championship lead gets tighter.
You know, they persevered. We're still leading the championship. We've done 4 rounds. It looks good for the future. We're going to keep at it.
A battle is brewing, and everyone in the Subaru paddock knows it.
It grounds you back down. You know, we have the skills, we have the drivers, we have all the people in place that we need to.
Obviously, the guys did a terrific job changing the gearbox in time, and that, you know, was able to get us to salvage some points. Maybe I'll be happier about it later, but at the moment, it still hurts.
Yep.